On a foggy night in August 1912, Edmund Tyrone returns from a solitary walk on the beach to the house owned by his family, the structure they struggle to call home. His father, James Tyrone, sits in the living room, drinking alone and playing solitaire, and his mother Mary is rooting around in the attic in a morphine haze. They are in search of tokens of past happiness. Soon, his brother Jamie will return filled with self-hatred and self-pity. Around midnight, the four of them gather in their separate but shared despair, a family together and alone. That house exists in the play written by Eugene O'Neill in 1940, Long Day's Journey into Night, and it stands at 325 Pequot Avenue in New London, Connecticut. Monte Cristo Cottage was named by Eugene's father after the play that had made him famous as a romantic actor, and the O'Neills moved in when Eugene was 11. O'Neill's characters all go out of the house on excursions, literal journeys, but the play takes place in the interior. Act 1 begins at 8:30, just after breakfast on a sunny morning. Wood paneling and the shade of the surrounding trees make this room darker, quieter, more private than the front parlor. Bookcases, a small desk, and window seats give the impression that this room is a space for reflection. The two scenes of Act 2 take place around 1 o'clock. Jamie and Tyrone enter through the front parlor after a morning of trimming the front hedge. Upstairs, 4 low-ceilinged bedrooms open onto a center hallway. Act 3 begins at 6:30, with Mary and Kathleen in conversation, the room growing darker. Mary looks out toward the distant foghorn. Act 4 opens in the nearly dark house around midnight. Tyrone shouts at Edmund for leaving on the front hall light, which is eventually turned off. But a clash about greed leads Tyrone to turn on the chandelier lights. When Jamie comes into the house, Tyrone goes out by the porch door and takes a fresh bottle of whiskey from the locked basement. The men can hear Mary upstairs, going from room to room. As the play comes to an end, Mary comes down the dark front stairs, dragging the wedding dress, which she found in the attic. She turns on the glaring light in the front parlor and attempts to play the piano. O'Neill's diagram shows her coming to the table where the men are seated, then crossing behind them to the downstage right position. The journey of this long day comes to an end. Monte Cristo Cottage has been a registered National Historic Landmark since 1971 and is currently kept open to the public by the Eugene O'Neill Theater Center.